Good morning, you guys, and welcome to Cup of Joe. I'm your host, Jordy, and today I am joined with
Ian.
Oh yeah, hopefully you guys had a great weekend. We are super excited to be back on this Monday with you guys. Hopefully you guys are having a great one out there, and we're going to be streaming to you live all day long on all those brand new Pilot TVs, your Pilot Player Connect app, pilotgames.com/PilotTV, on YouTube Live, and on Twitch. Both of those channels are MegaSota for you guys.
Yeah, so make sure you guys are checking in with those streams so we could shoot you out some luck. But we got some locations that already got a little bit of luck heading out to them as they just got some brand new Pilot TVs. And those locations are McHugh's Grill and Bar, Muddy Chicken Burnsville, Muddy Cow Shakopee, Carboni's Pizza and Sports Bar Burnsville, Red Men's Club, Flame Bar, Red Fox Tavern, Goodfellas Lakeville, Old Piper Inn in Lakeville, as well as Blasco's Embassy Bar. Definitely some great locations getting those Pilot TVs. And hopefully, if you guys are watching on one of those Pilot TVs, you send in a player picture with a smiling face right next to it.
Absolutely. We'll shoot you out a little bit of extra luck for checking in on any of our streaming platforms. But if you send in that player picture, you'll get a little bit extra more. It's a great one. So definitely go check out all the different locations that you guys can play at. And we got a lot of reasons for you guys to be sticking around and playing Pilot games all day long. We get our bingo day started at 12 o'clock, and it's our Vikings bingo. We run 10 games, but it's 25-cent cards, and we got $6,604 starting out the day to be taken home in 52 balls or less.
Oh yeah, we love that Vikings bingo, and it should be a really fun one, as hopefully we can give out a jackpot in that and be as successful as our Vikings were this weekend. But after that Vikings bingo, you get into game day bingo that has two different times where we play game day bingo, from 1 to 4, and then from 4 all the way till 6, where you got hosted game day bingo. But when you get started right at 1 o'clock, you got a minor prize highlighted as it's at $252. You can take home in 52 balls or less. Definitely an awesome one there, as every game it clicks up 2 balls, and that jackpot should be going out relatively quickly.
Absolutely. And then tonight, you guys will get to finish off your bingo night playing a little bit of Skull Bingo. And right at 6 p.m. when that opportunity starts, you're starting off with a coverall prize of $5,621. That is sitting at 50 balls or less to be taken home tonight.
Yeah, definitely some great jackpots on the line for today, but we had some really great jackpots go out this weekend, as we've given out 14 jackpots over this past weekend, and Friday was a really hot day as we gave out 5 different jackpots on Friday.
That's right. And the first one that went out to Sourpuss. They were playing over at Outtakes and took home $4,968. Hopefully that kind of lightened the mood for them.
Oh, yeah, probably boost that mood up a bit. But also on Friday, we had Julie over at Moose Lodge Way Park taking home $981.
Nicely done, Julie. Next up, we had Ray playing over at Rooster's Barn and Grill, and they took home $623.
Probably Rachel Ray. Also on Friday, we had Julie Y over at the Rockin' A taking home the largest jackpot of the weekend, $46,954 going out to Julie Y.
Nicely done. Was that Skull Bingo coverall?
No, game day bingo,
Really?
large jackpot, as John and Will were able to give that very early on in that Friday game day bingo time.
That is awesome. Nicely done, Julie Y. And then we gave out one more jackpot on Friday, and it went out to Win One Maybe over at Sidetrack, and they got to take a definite win home of $793.
Well, they did get one win on that Friday, at least one win big enough to be considered a jackpot. But to continue on with our jackpots over this weekend, Saturday's jackpots got started off with Pitster over at Beck's Pub, taking home $4,757. Definitely a great prize going out there.
Yeah, nicely done. Next up on Saturday, we gave out a prize to Mark. He was playing over at Last Chance Saloon Haska and took home $1,007.
Yeah, and then we have our final jackpot that went out on Saturday. That went out to Bob's and Mel over at Vermilion River Tavern, taking home $870. Definitely some great jackpots going out on that Saturday and Friday, but we had even more jackpots go out on Sunday, as we gave out 6 different jackpots on Sunday.
That's right. And the first one we gave out went out to Pete Becks. They were over at Main Street Sports Bar, and they took home $911.
Good job. Then we had T&A over at Murphy's Pub in Moorhead, taking home $605 on that Sunday.
Nicely done. Next up, we had Bobo, age 22, playing at Country Lounge, and he won exactly $700.
Nice stuff. Then we had Flossie over at the Log Cabin Bar in Emily, taking home $4,532. The largest jackpot of that Sunday. No,
No,
the
it was
second
not.
largest jackpot of that Sunday.
That's right, but next up, our second to last jackpot we gave out, it went out to Kevin over at Clive's Roadhouse Rogers, taking home $729.
Well, I said it a little too early, saying Flossie was the largest one, but the final jackpot that went out yesterday was actually our largest jackpot of that Sunday, as $8,191 went out to Ron Domingo over at the Black Horse Bar and Grill. Definitely a great jackpot to end off that weekend.
Absolutely. That's an awesome one. Congratulations to all 14 of our different jackpot winners over the last 3 days. Hopefully you guys can come out all day long and take home jackpots yourself, as we got a lot of opportunities and a lot of cash on the line. But other than our regularly scheduled bingo games, our e-tabs have a lot of cash for you guys to choose to play and try and win also. The latest one that we have released is called Bounty Hunter. You can collect those lucky horseshoes and try your hand in the Bonanza bonus round, or you can try your luck picking a lucky door in the Saloon door bonus.
Yeah, we love that good Western-themed e-tab Bounty Hunter. It's super fun. Definitely check it out, as well as check out the preview of that on our Facebook page. But we got to check out the weather that's happening over there in Minnesota, as right here where we're at, it's snowing right now, making me miss fall. I'm like,
Yes.
where did our fall go? I want a little bit more of it. But over there in Eden, Minnesota, it looks to be cloudy skies early, followed by partially clear skies, a high of 37 degrees. So a cold one out there for you guys, with winds at north to northwest at 15 to 25 miles per hour, and even higher gusts of wind possible.
Absolutely, and so definitely be in the know about that. And the winds are going to be staying pretty consistent throughout the nighttime. It is going to slow off just a little bit to 10 to 15 miles per hour, but that low is looking at a low of 24 degrees tonight. And so you guys should definitely be in the know about that, but you guys should experience some partly cloudy skies, and I don't think there should be much precipitation happening.
Yeah, it looks to be a just cloudy, cool day heading towards those winter months. So definitely get inside, play a little Pilot games, and stay warm. The sun will be setting at 6:25 p.m. But our games get started right at 12 p.m. and we'll be running up until 1 o'clock. Those Vikings bingo games, 25 cents a card to buy in, and it's at $6,604 available in that Vikings bingo game that you can take home in 52 balls or less. But not only could you take home that great prize, you can also take home some points towards our Twiking zone standings.
Absolutely, and we still have T-Bone sitting in 10th place, playing at Poppers with that 99,000 points. They've been sitting there for the entirety of last week, and so I can't wait to see them finally get into that 100,000 point club.
Yeah.
And now there is a little bit of a gap that they are going to need to close up. They were neck and neck with our 9th place player, but they are getting those points.
Yeah, it's still 6,000 points, so they definitely can make up that total. And T-Bone's more of a weekday player than a weekend player, so hopefully we see them get into that 100,000 point club this week. But in 9th place, you were hinting at them. Red over at American Legion Fridley has 104,000 points and is in a really close race with 8th place Kirby over at VFW Blaine with 105,000 points.
Absolutely. That is tight-knit right there. Other than that, there are a little bit of a gap separating them from their next players, as in 7th place we have Caribou playing at Cooper's Restaurant with 122,000, trying to close that gap between them and 6th place player Tez. They play at Poppers and have 139,000.
Yeah, but that leads you right into the shakeups in our standings, as 5th place actually got bumped back from 4th. Loser Dave over at VFW Spring Lake Park, really close to the 200,000 point club, but wasn't able to do so this weekend, sitting at 198,000 points. But Sinbob, moving up from 5th into 4th, was able to do that, getting to 202,000 points. Still not a huge lead over Loser Dave, but Sinbob's playing at Corky's Bar South Haven, and definitely a big rise for them.
Absolutely, but we have some craziness happening right ahead of them with another crazy tie in 2nd place. This time it is between Scrub Eye playing at American Legion Fridley and Nan at Corky's Bar South Haven. They each have 219,000 points, staying in that 2nd place tie, but our number 1 player, who's been staying there for the last week and a half or so, they definitely are getting a sizable gap.
I think they just got there last week and just continue to boost up their point total. 260,000 points for this player who was in 3rd place place earlier last week, and that's Mikey Wins over at the 1026 bar. A huge week for them, and they just look to continue building on that point total.
They got to the top 3 Monday because over the weekend they took home the Vikings bingo jackpot.
Yes, they did on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Moved into I think second place.
Third place. And then passed up Nan with in a day.
Yeah, it's craziness. Great job to Mikey Wins getting a bunch of points.
Absolutely. Nicely done. Well, on the location side of things, staying in 10th place, we have Halfley's Bar in Richmond, and they have 111,000 points. But then we have some shakeups happening from all the way from 7th and to 9th.
Yeah, moving from 9th all the way to 7th, we got Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards in Coon Rapids with 138,000 points, getting a huge point boost, passing up Steve-O's and Crystal, who got bumped back from 7th into 8th with 132,000 points, and also passed up Miniger Sports Hub in La Crescent, who got moved back from 8th into 9th with 123,000 points.
That is a big jump from over this past weekend. Nicely done. That has over 10,000 points, about that they want to get into that next spot. Nicely done, Carboni's Pizza in that 7th place. But staying in 6th now, we have our place on 3rd in Faribault. They have 242,000 points, but only 3,000 points ahead in 5th place. We have VFW Blaine as they sit with 245,000.
Oh yeah, 4th place, kind of in little middle ground, no man's land. It's Poppers in Virginia with 359,000 points. It kind of gets into just big point gaps when you get into this top 5. 3rd place is Corky's Bar South Haven with 411,000 points, over a 50,000 point lead on Poppers in Virginia. And then over a 50,000 point lead in 2nd place, it's American Legion Fridley with 471,000 points. A great season for them. But nobody compares to our number 1 location, VFW Spring Lake Park, who has a whopping total of 568,000 points in this season 12.
Absolutely. That is incredible to see. Nicely done to our entire player standings as well as our location standings. Make sure you guys are coming out today from 12 to 1 and every single day when we run our lunchtime bingo to try your hand at it. Well, we already talked a little bit about the eTab games that we have to offer here at Pilot Games, but if you guys didn't know, we have over 70 different charitable eTab games that you guys can play at any time on your iPads. You can choose any of our different themes. We have so many different ones to offer, and each one of them have an 85% payout and huge prizes up to $1,500. All of those games have small bets between 50 cents and $5, as well as awesome bonus rounds and free play rounds as well.
Definitely some awesome stuff there. But we got awesome live bingo all day long that if you're getting bored of those e-tabs, play these games, because from 1 all the way till 4, we got Game Day Bingo, the 50-cent card edition. You got a mega prize of $10,000 you take home in 44 balls or less, a major prize of $1,000 you take home in 48 balls or less, and a minor jackpot of $252 you take home in 52 balls or less. And like it always is in that Game Day Bingo, every single game it clicks up 2 balls, making it super exciting and should be going out very quickly in those first games of Game Day Bingo. But if any of those jackpots don't go out during that 1 to 4 time, you'll have more opportunities during our live hosted happy hour bingo.
That's right. That starts at 4 p.m. with that game of Lucky 4 bingo that has $41,387 on the line. And that's when we get to jump right back into that Game Day Bingo for the rest of those 2 hours before we'll finish off with a second round of Lucky 4 bingo right at 6 p.m. But he was talking about whatever those big progressives lay off at the end of 4 p.m., that's what they'll pick right back up for our happy hour show for you guys to play the duration of that time. And whether you're playing our Game Day Bingo, our Skull Bingo, or any of our happy hour shows, we give you points towards our happy hour standings. We have not updated them in a couple weeks now, but we have been keeping track of everybody's point totals, and I'll let you take away this unupdated player side of things.
Yeah, and our top 5 sit like this. 5th place, we got Chica over at Willie McCoy's of Andover with 13,000 points. With 15,000 points in 4th place, we got Billany at VFW Blaine. 3rd place is O'Lars over at Onamia Vets Club with 17,000 points. With 20,000 points in 2nd place, we got Brother Nate over at Carboni's Pizza Sports Bar in Burnsville. And in 1st place, it's Funk over at Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards with 38,000 points.
Absolutely. And on the location side of things, in 10th place, we got the Dugout Bar and Grill in Bethel with 16,000. Tie in 8th between the Barrel House Bar and Cafe and William McCoy's of Andover, both with 17,000. With 19,000 in 7th place is Carboni's Pizza and Sports Bar Burnsville. Then 6th place sits with VFW Blaine with 23,000. Then with 26,000 in 5th place, it's the Tasty Pizza Hanger 45 in Hilltop. 4th place is American Legion Fridley with 33,000. Then with 44,000 in 3rd place is VFW Spring Lake Park. 2nd place, it's Onemia Vets Club with 46,000. And in 1st place, it's Carboni's Pizzas CR Billiards with 80,000 points.
Definitely some great location and player standings there. And hopefully you guys are coming out for those happy hour bingo opportunities. But after happy hour, you get into Skull Bingo. That's going to be running from 6 all the way till 10. And it's $1 a card. There's a coverall of $5,621. You can take home in 50 balls or less. A large frame of $34. You can take home in 43 balls or less. And a line prize of $43. You could take home in 10 balls or less. They grow so quickly and they go out all the time. It should be fun during that Skull Bingo from 6 all the way till 10. As the next 2 nights after tonight, that Skull Bingo will be interrupted with our great PGL game nights.
That's right. Tomorrow night at 6:40, you can check out MegaSota game night. It's the biggest gambling night of the week, and it's a lot of fun. It's your only opportunity at seeing Tony and Nikki give out those PGL points and jackpots, and they still have not given out their jackpot jungle coverall of $41,551. It's still growing as you guys will be getting enrolled at that end grand finale game, and you can take that prize home in 54 balls or less.
Yeah, you can also take home some PGL points on our TwinsWinsDay. That runs from 7 to 9 every single Wednesday, and actually has just switched over this week to a Wild Wednesday, which is super fun as our Wild season just got started off just last week, which is super exciting. But come out for a Wild Wednesday, play a bunch of PGL games, as well as a really fun grand finale of Wipeout Blackout, which is very similar to Skull Bingo. So if you're a fan of that, definitely come out for Wild Wednesday.
Absolutely. Are we going to have one for our Vikings game day?
Yes, we will have Vikings game day at 12 o'clock on Sunday this week. Should be really fun stuff as our Vikings are taking on the Arizona Cardinals.
Okay.
Yeah, it should be some really, really fun stuff.
Absolutely, and we'll make sure you guys stick around for all of that. And if you guys want to come out for any of our PGL action nights, and then you guys need to head over to pgl.world. Once you head over there, you can sign up and be a member of the Pilot Gambling League. That way you can earn those PGL points and access to insider information like a monthly newsletter. It's an awesome resource to utilize if you guys are an avid Pilot player, and we love showcasing all the different people who sign up.
Oh, yeah, and those new players that just got signed up are Blue Frog 12, Pink Fly 123, Fred Trisha, BJ Palumbo, Andrew Scar, Sparky File, Gina 1440, B Sanger 34, Midnight, Kate, Shaw M, JLP, and Peterson 27. Definitely some great names getting signed up there, and hopefully we can see them get into our PGL top 10s, as those have been super competitive. But as there hasn't been any shakeup since last Wednesday, we'll talk about our top 5 in those standings.
Absolutely. And in 5th place, we have Barizo at the Underground Bar and Grill. They sit with 791,010 points. They're trying to close that gap between them and Bergar, who sits in 4th place with about 30,000 points ahead of them.
Yeah, 827,620 points, if I could say that correctly. Bergar right there. 3rd place is Sloppy over at Malone's Bar and Grill with 843,150 points. And with 853,885 points in 2nd place, we got Devoided over at the Roadside. But that number 1 player really running away with it so far in this season, it's Forget You D at VFW Austin with 1,233,375 points.
Well, on the location side of things, we had some shakeups, but staying in 5th place, it was Corner Pocket and Rice with 2,256,000. 4th place stayed the same as well as Mabel Liquor Store sets with 2,613,000. But getting pushed back from 2nd place into 3rd, it was VFW Northfield. They sit with 2,751,000. Now in 2nd place, pushing them back, it was Poppers in Virginia moving up, and they sit with 2,975,000. Definitely closing in on that 3 million point marker. But the only location already there in 1st place, it is Howie's Sports Bar and Grill in St. Cloud with 3,675,000.
Definitely some great stuff there. And if you guys want to stay up to date with any shakeups in the standings, bingo schedules, event details, reminders, progressives, player pictures, and so much more, even if you want to get access to our link tree, which has links to bar locations, our socials, pgl.world, pretty much everything you need Pilot games-wise is all on our Facebook page. All you got to do is go to that Facebook app, click that search bar, and search up Pilot Games. You'll see our logo, and you'll click on that, and you'll get all those great options. Should be some really awesome stuff. But we are about to get enrolled into some Vikings bingo, which should be even better stuff. But we got a player spotlight to go over before we get into that, and that's Julie Y over at the Rockin' A, who took home the largest jackpot over the weekend, $46,954. Now, we don't have the charity that Rockin' A supports just yet, but everywhere you're playing Pilot Games, you are supporting a charity that is helping out your community, and that is the big reason why we say at the end of every single broadcast, when you play Pilot Games, your community wins.
See you guys.
We're at the Ledge Amphitheater in White Park, Minnesota.
I saw the Blues Brothers 2 years ago with these guys.
Blues Brothers 2 years ago was a lot of fun. Prior to that, it was the Beach Boys, and with John Stamos, it was awesome.
I have never been to a PyCon event before. This is my first time, and I am loving it.
Yeah, this is incredible. We pulled in, parked, got some free beers, amazing free food.
Famous days!
Hey everyone, Famous Dave here, smoking up the best ribs in America.
Having a great time so far. We got a picture with John.
Hey guys, and we are here for a little bit of Vikings bingo, and we're gonna have to switch over to that good old Viking studio. Ben, beam us up, and there we are. He was already on the money for it, but we do have our prizes in this very first game of Vikings bingo already loaded up, as we got a line and large M of $7, as well as a $6,643 coverall jackpot. And we'll be streaming all these games to you guys live on the Pilot TV, Player Connect app, pilotgames.com/PilotTV, YouTube Live, as well as the Twitch app. Our channel name is MegaSota on both YouTube Live and Twitch.
Oh, yeah, and speaking of those shiny new Pilot TVs, we just sent out a bunch of them to a ton of new locations over at McHugh's Grown Bar, Muddy Chicken Burnsville, Muddy Cow Shakopee, Carboni's Pizza and Sports Bar Burnsville, Red Men Club, Flame Bar, Red Fox Tavern, Goodfellas Lakeview, Old Piper in Lakeview, as well as Blashko's Embassy Bar. Congratulations to all those locations getting those shiny new Pilot TVs. Wish you guys a little bit of extra luck on these 10 games of Vikings bingo.
Yeah, we do have Steve over at our place on 3rd, taking home that $7 line prize. Now we're working on a $7 large M. The name Steve has been ruined by Minecraft for me.
It really has, because now every time I see Steve, I think of the Smash Bros introduction.
Oh,
it's like, Steve!
That's hilarious. Yeah, probably made it even worse that he got added into Smash Bros. And so now Steve is just ingrained.
Or Steve's also a character from a show where it's like, and now the menacing Steve, and then he just pops over.
The menacing Steve.
Maybe not menacing, but it's just like something about Steve. I don't remember what it is.
Yeah, I would love to know. Just we're looking for Steve. Steve Urkel?
Oh, yeah. He's very menacing.
You got Steve
I think
Harrington?
it was like an animated show or something.
Oh, I'm sure it was. But I wanted to look up some of those iconic Steves from cinema.
Oh, yeah.
You got Steve Carrington. Ooh, Steve Hyde. That's a big one.
Oh, from That 70s Show?
Yes.
Ah,
Steve Smith. From what's the American Family?
American Dad.
American Dad, that's what it's called. Yeah, he's the kid from American Dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely some fun Steves out there, but good job, our own Pilot Steve getting that line prize, but we do have a large M going out.
Yeah, we got Mikey Wins over at American Legion Brooklyn Center and a Crudo over at Arcade Bar. They're going to be splitting up that $7 large M.
Yeah, and Mikey Wins getting another win added to his lead as he's #1 in the standings that we're playing for right now. But speaking of wins, we have given out 23 different jackpot wins over the last 7 days and 344 jackpots during this season 12. And this weekend was a big weekend as we had 14 different jackpots go out. But before we get into all those jackpots, we do have a winner.
Oh, yeah, we got Mikey Wins again over at American Legion Brooklyn Center, taking home $10 on that Musco coverall prize. Good job to you, Mikey Wins.
Yeah, definitely some great stuff there.
Ooh, oh, yeah, but we had a ton of those jackpots going out over the weekend, and we gave out a total of 5 jackpots on Friday alone. That first jackpot went out to Sourpuss over at Outtakes, taking home $4,968.
Yeah,
definitely
great one.
Yeah, definitely a massive jackpot. Maybe the largest of the weekend that we know of so far.
Yeah, no, you actually gave out the largest one of the weekend. So
oh yeah,
so we'll talk about that in a little bit as that's the second to last jackpot on that Friday. But to continue on with Friday's jackpots, we had Julie over at Moose Lodge Wait Park taking home $981.
Right after that, we had Ray over at Rooster's Barn and Grill taking home $623.
They probably serve up a good chicken sandwich over at the Rooster's Barn and Grill.
Oh yeah.
But out the largest jackpot of the weekend. You actually got to give it out with John, and that was Julie Y over at the Rockin' A, who took home $46,954 on a game day bingo large jackpot. Was huge.
On the first game.
Was it the first game that it went out?
First game of game day bingo went out to Julie Y. We were not expecting
Which
it
is
at
so
all.
funny because you ran game day bingo from 1 all the way till 4 unhosted.
Yeah.
But the very first hosted game of game day bingo, that's our luck, I guess, and we were able to give it out. Definitely
yeah.
some awesome stuff there.
Oh, yeah. Next up, though, continuing on with our jackpots on our Friday, we had win one maybe, and they did win one maybe, over at Sidetrack Bar, taking home $793, ending off that Friday.
Yeah, but to get Saturday started off, we had Pitster over at Beck's Pub, taking home a nice jackpot of $4,757 to get that Saturday started off correctly. But we also had 2 more jackpots go out on that Saturday.
Oh, yeah. We had Mark over at Last Chance Saloon Hanska taking home $1,007, as well as Bob's and Mel over at Vermilion River Tavern taking home $870, getting us ready for our Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday was the biggest jackpot day of the weekend as we gave out 6 jackpots on that Sunday. And the first one went out to P. Becks over at Main Street Sports Bar, taking home $911.
Oh, yeah. Right after that, we had T&A over at Murphy's Pub in Moorhead, taking home $605.
Definitely a great one there. Then we had Bo H22 over at the Country Lounge, taking home $700. Definitely a great one going out on that Sunday.
Oh, yeah. Right after that, we had Flossie over at Log Cabin Bar, taking home $4,532.
Not a bad one for that Sunday. But to continue on, our second to final jackpot on that Sunday went out to Kevin over at Clive's Roadhouse in Rogers, taking home $729.
And last up, we had Ron Domingo over at Black Horse Bar and Grill, taking home $8,184. Good job to you, Ron Domingo, taking home the largest jackpot for Sunday.
Yeah, and the second largest jackpot of the entire weekend, and would have been the largest if it wasn't for that $46,954 jackpot that went out to Julie Y. Definitely some great stuff there. Ben is checking in, letting us know that Steve from Minecraft is 6 foot, and knowing that scares me a lot.
And not only that, he's 6'2".
He's 6'2". Yeah, he's a giant.
The average male height is 5'9".
Yeah, so Steve from Minecraft is should be playing for a NFL football team or something.
Oh, yeah, probably.
Yeah, just being massive. We do have a line prize going out to Bush over at Corner Bar in Goodhue, taking home $8. We're now working on an $8 large M.
Oh, yeah, but if you guys ever want to get away from our regularly scheduled bingo, we're always releasing new eTab games you guys can check out. And we just recently released Bounty Hunter. You guys can collect lucky horseshoes, try that bonanza bonus, or try your luck and pick a lucky door in that saloon door bonus round. But if you guys want to see a preview of that game, you can go give us a like and follow on our Facebook page. You just got to search up Pilot Games and you'll see our logo. That way, you'll also be able to see weekly bingo schedules, event details and reminders, big progressives, player pictures, and so much more. You guys can also click the website link on our Facebook page to see our link tree that has links to bar locations, all of our social media, and so much more.
Yeah, we love that Facebook page as it keeps you so up to date with everything Pilot Games, and Amelia does just a great job at making sure we're constantly posting on that Facebook page. But we have a constant live bingo running 7 days a week. We have a 5-day-a-week broadcast in the morning from 11:30 all the way to 11:50 that talks about all the shakeups in the standings and all the great progressives. And it leads you right into what you're playing right now, Vikings Bingo, that runs from 12 all the way till 1 o'clock. That Vikings Bingo, we got that $6,649 coverall that we're working on, and hopefully we can give it out in this game number 2 of Vikings Bingo. We are now But after the Vikings bingo, we get into some really good game day bingo games. But before we get into all that great action, we do have a winner.
Oh, yeah, we got Oki over at VFW Spring Lake Park and Bush over at Corner Bar Goodhue. They'll be splitting up that $8 large M as we have officially clicked on over to a $12 must-go coverall prize. But we were talking about all that game day bingo action that you guys will be going into after we get out of this Vikings bingo. That starts off for you guys at 1 all the way till 4 o'clock, and it's those 50-cent cards. That minor is starting off the day at $252. You guys can take that home in 52 balls or less. But if you guys aren't able to get it, every game it will be jumping up 2 balls. Right after that, there's the major, starting off at $1,000 even. You can take home in 48 balls or less, and that mega jackpot starting off at $10,000. It recently just went out, and you guys can take that home in 44 balls or less.
We do have our winners in this game, $12 being split up between Dr. Den as well as Mikey Wins on that coverall prize. Good job to all of our winners in this game number 2 of Vikings Bingo. We're now getting rolled into a game number 3 with that coverall jackpot continuing to grow into this next game. Hopefully you're getting enrolled and press and play. Over $6,000 available. But you talked about those game day bingo prizes from 1 all the way till 4, and wherever they leave off at, however large they grow to, you'll have more opportunities from 4 all the way till 6 for our live hosted happy hour bingo. Happy hour gets started off with a game of Lucky 4 bingo at 4 p.m. where you have an opportunity at $41,387, and if you don't win it on that 4 p.m. opportunity, there will be another opportunity at 6 p.m. But in between there, those are where you'll get to play those games of game day bingo, where all those prizes will be rolling and growing over to that 4 to 6 opportunity, where you'll still have an opportunity at that mega, major, and minor jackpot, which should be a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah, but after all those games of Game Day Bingo and that final game of Lucky 4 Bingo at 6 o'clock, tonight you guys will be getting into 4 hours uninterrupted of some Skull Bingo $1 cards, running from 6 all the way till 10 o'clock. During those times, you guys will be going after a line prize, starting off the day at $43. You guys can always take that home in 10 balls or less. That large frame prize, starting off the day at $34, you can take home in 43 balls or less. And that coverall prize is starting off the day at $5,621. And as always, you guys can take that home in 50 balls or less.
Yeah, it should be some really fun stuff, as it's going to be running clean slate from 6 all the way till 10. And the next 2 nights, it will be interrupted at Tuesday and Wednesday night. We have those PGL game nights. And the first one is coming up this Tuesday, as we got a MegaSota game night happening. And that starts at 6:40 every single Tuesday. Tony and Nikki are going to be bringing a bunch of great PGL game action, as well as some prizes like a Jackpot Jungle Grand Finale they were not able to give out as it sits at $41,551. You can take home in 54 balls or less.
Oh, yeah, but the very next day, we have our Wild Wednesday, another PGL specialty night for you guys. That starts off for you guys at 7 to 9 every single Wednesday. Me and Ian take the helm when you guys through a ton of PGL action up until our grand finale, which happens to be 2 games of Wipeout Blackout, where you guys will be able to visit the sun in the sand, since you guys might be missing it a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Especially because Michigan has snow now too.
Yeah, where we're at, it's snowing outside. Where they're at, it's only about 32 degrees, 34 degrees out there as well. So with I think 25-mile-per-hour winds. So I'm sure feeling a lot colder than that 30-degree weather is saying.
Oh, yeah.
And so it's we're all heading into, as the Midwest does, skips over fall pretty quickly and goes straight into winter. My hope is that I just don't want any snow on the ground for Thanksgiving. As long as it all melts and we can get a nice, just sweater weather Thanksgiving, I'll be really happy.
Oh, yeah. In fact, I even saw Ali was, struggling to get to work since he's not to work, to school since he's up in the UP. He's like, it's like a blizzard up there.
Yeah, he lives in the middle of, the woods and, nowhere. So
yeah, middle of nowhere.
Yeah, it's crazy how much he has to drive in that bad weather. So I'm sure it's crazy stuff. We do have players already 1 ball away on this game number 3 of Vikings Bingo. We got that $7 line and large M. And now we got that line prize going out.
Oh, yeah, that's going out to Sinbob as well as Scrub Eye. 2 big-time players splitting it up. Sinbob over at Corky's Bar South Haven and Scrub Eye over at VFW Blaine, splitting up $7.
Yeah, I had to check really quick as I was like, is Sinbob in a tie with Scrub Eye? No, Scrub Eye is in a tie with someone else. But Sinbob right behind Scrub Eye in 4th place. Should be some really fun stuff. But we got some national days, and the first one's a little bit more serious of a national day. It's World Trauma Day. World Trauma Day occurs each year on October 17th. The day focuses on the importance of saving and protecting lives during emergencies. It also is a day to provide education on how to avoid traumatic injuries and deaths.
definitely a very important day to talk about, just to talk about education and everything like that.
Oh, yeah, because there's lots of ways to save lives by being prepared in those kinds of situations, knowing how to deal with a traumatic injury.
Oh, yeah.
We got a lot of good training on that while we were lifeguards, because that's what we did beforehand. And so we had to be fully trained on a lot of just weird traumatic injuries that we never actually had to deal with. But being trained on those things, you had to be, because there's just so many of those just weird situations. And so it's a great day that if you yourself have kids, you have young family members, you have just people that you need to take care of kind of thing, it's a great day to learn how to handle those traumatic events.
Even basic things like being able to recognize shock and how to minimize it and anything like that, on like whether or not you're supposed to like give someone food or water while they're going through shock, or like during like certain things, like what you're supposed to do for like, you know, like one of your kids or just someone that's like having an issue. Like traumatic injuries can happen just about anywhere.
Yeah, you probably know it even better than I do, because you worked as a lifeguard a lot longer than I did, as well as trained lifeguards up on how to handle those traumatic events for a few months you were a trainer.
Yeah, it was like, I think like almost like a year.
Were you a full year of training lifeguards how to deal with those kinds of stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was still nothing as bad as being like 17 and having to like get thrown into like emergency childbirth.
Oh, that sounds like the worst one. You've told me that story. We do have Okie over at VFW Spring Lake Park getting the double win on this one. $7 on the large M and $11 on the Musco coverall. Good job to all of our winners in this game number 3 of Vikings Bingo. And we're about to get enrolled into a game number 4 as that jackpot's continuing to grow into this game. But, yeah, there's lots of ways to help avoid traumatic injuries from escalating to even worse, life-threatening injuries. And so today is kind of a day to, say, maybe look up a few of those tips and tricks to be able to help yourself out because you never know when you can get into a horrible situation like that.
Oh, yeah. Number one that I can think of off the bat is never put your legs on the on your dashboard if you're the passenger.
Yes. That causes a lot of, like, really bad injuries.
I saw a video of, like, one person of them in the car when they had their legs on. And I was like, yeah, no, I'm good.
No, that's how I feel about, I only had to see, now I've seen, like, 5 different videos of this happening, but I only needed one for me to obtain this fear, and that is straightening out my legs on a leg press machine.
I will never lock my knees on those things.
No, it scares me to all get up because
doing preacher curls.
Oh yeah, I've seen some really bad bicep rips and stuff like that. I never lift heavy enough on those ones.
I know I'll never be strong enough to even try doing something.
Yeah, so
I'm
not as worried about it. But my legs, on the other hand, I'll throw some actual weight on there. That's like a decent stuff. And
I trust my legs.
I know I trust my legs to be strong, but my biceps, I'm like, okay, got to get a lot of reps.
Yeah.
With my legs, I'm like, oh, I want to push out a lot of power, kind of thing.
Yeah, I want to see how much I could. I want to see if I could lift a car up if I had
and so
to.
I've been scared to straighten out my legs ever since I saw one video of it happening.
I know which one.
And so I keep myself just like, just a little bit from fully
never
fully extension.
I would never full extension on those things.
No.
Just because of
if you don't know, just look up leg extension video and it probably will pop up.
Yeah.
We do have just 50 seconds to get enrolled in this game number 4, and we got Ben saying that he's seen the videos that we are talking about, and they're just, he agrees. They're just horrific.
Oh, yeah, there's something else. But we do have another national day for you guys, as you guys have just about 30 seconds to get enrolled into this next game of Vikings Bingo. And this one is also a serious day, as this one is National Edge Day. National Edge Day on October 17th promotes a movement of youth refraining from using alcohol, tobacco, and other recreational drugs. Yeah, I wonder if they changed Dare to Edge.
That might be the case that they've switched it over to. But, it's a great day. Young kids, while the brain's still developing, it's not a good idea to be using any of those substances. And today's kind of one of those days to push that forward.
Especially a really big day because of especially on tobacco, which is one I didn't think would be like such a big thing going on.
Yeah, you
But,
still
like,
see the youth. You still see people who are in their 20s, in their teens and stuff like that that smoke tobacco. And
Or I was thinking about like the vaping. Like,
yeah,
with
vaping
kids.
is huge with kids for sure.
Yeah,
and
I
it's
see like around middle school like age kids.
Oh,
like
it's
walking
crazy.
around my neighborhood all the time, and I'll see them like try and like slide one
It's
out of their
crazy.
pocket. They'll like hide it in their like sweatshirt sleeve, and I'll,
yeah.
like, come on, you're too young.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
got time.
exactly. So, yeah, today's the day to promote having youth refrain from using all those different substances. We do have a winner on our line prize, though.
Oh yeah, we got Bobo over at Corner Bar Goodhue taking home $9 on that line prize. Good job to you, Bobo.
Yeah, next up on our National Day list is Black Poetry Day. Black Poetry Day on October 17th honors the past and present Black poets. The day also commemorates the birth of the first published Black poet in the United States, Jupiter Hammond, who was born in Long Island, New York on October 17th, 1711.
Oh, very
so born
important
on
day.
today in history.
That's awesome.
I don't even think he made our celebrity birthday list, but you get your own little celebrity shout out here on this national day.
Yeah, that's definitely awesome. I had to look up some of the work that they're known for, but yeah, Black poets. Just part of poetry and definitely a very important part.
Oh yeah, no, it's a huge part for sure. We got some of the biggest poets of all time in that genre, and we got Jericho Brown, Amanda Gorman, Claudia Rankine, Tracy K. Smith, Jasmine Mans, as well as Morgan Parker. If you guys are interested in looking up some accomplished Black poets on this day, some of those names are the right ones to look up as they have some of the most influential works.
Oh, yeah. We do have a winner on this large M, as we have Dr. Den over at Howie's Sports Bar and Grill, taking home $9 on that large M, as we have officially clicked over to a $13 Musco coverall prize with Bush. Oh, actually, Stoley, only one ball away. And there it is, going out to Stoley over at American Legion Shakopee, taking home $13. Good job to you, Stoley, Dr. Den, and Bobo, all taking home wins on this game number 4 of Vikings Bingo. Make sure you guys are getting enrolled in pressing play for game number 5.
Yeah, definitely some awesome stuff there, as we'll get into our next national day. But as we're moving on, definitely happy Black Poetry Day.
Oh yeah, next up on our national days, we have National Mulligan Day. National Mulligan Day is observed annually on October 17th. In golf, a mulligan happens when a player gets a second chance to perform a specific move or action. The day offers an opportunity to giving yourself a second chance, or as some people call it, a do-over.
Yeah, definitely some great stuff. I love the term mulligan, as it gets used all the time in sports lingo, so many people get mulligans on certain shots. The thing I hear it the most on is kicks in the NFL.
Oh man!
Like when they call a timeout right before they kick it, and they still get the kickoff or something like that, or there's a penalty and they get the kickoff or something like that, and they call it, and it's like a nice little mulligan for them. But I always see it. It always tends, if they make it on the first try, they never make it on the second try. If they
do, it's close.
And if they miss on the first try, they usually make it on the second try.
They really do.
Unless it's a really deep distance and it's like, oh, it's a tough hit no matter what.
Although there was one game where I saw when they wasn't a 60-yard field goal record hit twice in a row. Because it was like something like that happened.
I don't remember.
I think I remember something.
I don't know kicking history well enough in the NFL. So
I remember like within like the past like 2 years, I saw something about a kicker who kicked like a record NFL breaking field goal. And then
he doesn't hold it anymore because Justin Tucker now has the field goal, and he did that just last year versus the Lions. When I think it was like a 64-yard field goal that he kicked.
It might have been the Lions that it happened against, because I was like, only the Lions it could happen to twice. It was.
No, the previous record was against the Lions as well, and he reset the record. Basically, he got the record, but it was against against the Lions as well, which was funny because they were both against the Lions. But we got some times in sports where they definitely wish they could have gotten a mulligan.
Oh, no. Wish?
Yeah, they wish they could have gotten a mulligan.
Okay, number 1. I actually had number 10.
Yeah, this is 10th. I'm surprised that this is sitting at number 10.
This is like, I thought this would be top 5 material. But all right, number 10, we got Mike Tyson bites Evander Holyfield's ear.
Yeah, that was, I mean, iconic moment in boxing history.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he was headbutting him, but still.
Oh, my gosh. Just craziness. I'm sure he wishes he could take that one back.
Oh, yeah.
Stephen Loins drops pants. Okay, people of their generation know Steve Loys as a baseball announcer, but we know he played because of one memorable blunder during the 1990 game. After executing a pretty good drag bunt and diving headfirst into base, Loins was called safe with an